Okay, are you ready for a science lesson? Today's topic is an introduction to the human body. Today I'm showing the lesson from beginning to end within PearDeck so you can see what you missed in class. And also for anyone who's thinking about using PearDeck, it'll give you an idea of what to expect. Okay, so as you come into class, you would be entering a response to how you were feeling. All right, let's get started. Today we're taking notes. The topic is human body. Okay, we're using the pencil icon to indicate when you should be writing. So remember the organization of life. We started cell, groups of cells make up a tissue, groups of tissues make up an organ, groups of organs make up an organ system, and then groups of organ systems make up an organism. But what level of organization comes before the cell? Okay, it's not considered a living thing on its own, but still it is within the levels of organization, and that is an organelle. Okay, which diagram here represents a type of human tissue? Well, the type of tissue you see would be number 2, the muscle. Number 1 is a nerve cell, that's a cell. Number 3, the kidney is an organ. And number 4, the digestive tract, that's an organ system. Important concept in the human body is that structure determines function. Structure determines function. Structure determines function. What determines function? Structure. What does structure determine? Function. So your hand is shaped the way that it is because it allows you to grip things. Okay? Your teeth have the structure that they do because their function is to grind up and bite food. Okay? Within the stomach, all of the different tissues have different structures because they have different functions. Nerve cells have the shape they do because of their function. So structure determines function. Now let's look at how all the 11 body systems work together. Some body systems help with control. So like the nervous system uses nerve cells or neurons for fast control. But then we have the endocrine system. And the endocrine system uses chemicals or hormones for slow control. And remember, you see the pencil, that means you write this one down. So the nervous system, fast control. Endocrine system, slow control. And part of that is because the nervous system has specially designed cells, nerve cells or neurons, to transmit impulses rapidly. The endocrine system relies on the bloodstream to bring hormones around. We have body systems that are responsible for structural support, like the skeletal system. It's responsible for support and protection, making blood cells and storing minerals. Specifically, the one most people remember is calcium. The muscular system, it's responsible for movement, posture, as well as moving blood and food. And then we have the integumentary system. The integumentary system is made up of your skin, your hair, and your nails, and it functions for protection, waterproofing, and temperature control. So we have the skeletal system, the muscular system, and the integumentary system, okay, all for some structure and support in the body. We have some body systems that are linked with oxygen and transport as their major functions. So that would be the respiratory system that brings in O2 and removes CO2. The circulatory system, heart pumping, that moves blood, it transports oxygen, it transports carbon dioxide, it transports waste, immune cells, and nutrients all around the body. So we have the respiratory system and the circulatory system. And the heart is a muscle that's used to pump your blood. And then we have systems that are tied to food and waste as their major functions. So the digestive system breaks down food to get nutrients. The excretory system gets rid of waste and toxic substances. So we have the digestive system starting in the mouth, the esophagus ending with the rectum and the anus, and then we have the excretory system, which is not just the kidneys and the urinary or excretory system, but includes other things like your liver, your lungs, and your skin. And then we have defense. Defense would be the immune system. It attacks and destroys bacteria and other invaders. We could also argue that the integumentary system belongs with defense, as that's our first line of defense as far as keeping things from getting inside our body. Okay, I just mentioned the answer to that one. And then we have reproduction, the reproductive system. So the function of that is to produce gametes, which are sex cells. Those are eggs and sperm. And also for a female inside the uterus, it's going to nurture and provide an environment for developing fetus. So what is the smallest structural and functional unit of a living organism? That would be a cell. What is the largest organ in the human body? That would be our skin. Okay, the largest internal organ would be the liver, but if it doesn't say internal, it's always skin. And now here, you would be in the PearDeck drawing a line to match the body systems. So moving blood, waste, nutrients, gases, and immune cells would be here. So circulatory system controls body actions through nerves, nervous system. Movement, posture, protection, produce heat, muscular system. Get nutrients from food, digestive system. Protection helps maintain body temperature, integumentary system. Exchange of gases, respiratory system. Support, protection, produce blood cells, skeletal system. Okay. What would happen if your organ system stopped functioning properly? Well, you would probably start feeling poorly, get sick, or worst case, you could die. So, did you find this lesson interesting and challenging? How was it? Hopefully, it was just right. Okay, that's it. So if you're in class, you're going to submit your notes and we're going to review. Okay, it tells you about your homework. Hopefully, you've learned a little bit about the body systems as an introduction to the human body. I'll see you next time for the next video.